Hello, my tubies, my Teletubbies, Sheila's True Love. This is going to be my last video for tonight. Actually, I made already 3 videos tonight. I had already made this video previously, but I was really having a really off day. So I was in rare form, if you will, which I humbly apologize for that. I took that video off because it was just Sheila not at her best. Anyway, things happen, you know how it is. But what I want to talk about here today, and the name of the other video, previous video, was love is commitment. At least that's what love is to me. Anytime you love someone, and this is something also that a narcissist will never understand. Not in a million years. Now, to continue to love someone even through the hard times, okay? Even when things are not easy, that takes commitment, okay? Now, I had made that video mainly for my son and my daughter, not saying that they're narcissists, hopefully not, because I wanted them to fully understand that even though parents make mistakes, even though parents are not perfect, as long as that parent is sticking by the commitment that they have made to you, I think that they should be grateful. They should really, focus on the good things, instead of constantly thinking about the 3 or 4 things that your parent or whoever is in your life. Instead of focusing on the 3 or 4 things that they may have done wrong or imperfectly, why not focus on the 100 things that they did do right? Now, when it comes to the commitment that I made to my son and my daughter, even though I didn't sign on to be a single parent, I did it. You follow the rules and life is supposed to fall into place. You're supposed to lose your virginity to your husband. I did that. Check. You're supposed to have children within wedlock while married. I did that. Check. And it just so happens that I end up being a single parent. Now, I made a commitment as a single parent that my children will always have a roof over their head. They will always have medical. They will always have food and clothes. I made a commitment that I would raise productive members of society. My son and my daughter both have careers. My daughter is an RN. My son is a social worker / counselor / psychiatrist, because he's always on call trying to help keep people from carry. And I made a commitment to that. And above all else, I made a commitment that I would raise 2 children who are on Jehovah God and Jesus Christ team. And I lived up to that. I made a commitment that regardless of what my children may go through, I will always be there for them. I will never turn my back on my children. I will always have loyalty and integrity. I may fall off, but that's okay, because I always pick myself up, thanks to Jehovah God and Jesus Christ, brush myself off, and I always get back on track. And I'm never too haughty to apologize, which I have done that numerous times. I have apologized again and again. If I could do certain things over again, Jehovah and Jesus Christ is my witness, I would. At the same time, like I said, commitment. When daddy walked off, didn't care whether they had a home or whether they were doing well. Are they eating? Are they dressed? No. And considering love is a commitment, where was this character's love? And this is something that I want my children to understand. And if they are not narcissists, they will focus on the 100 things that I did correct, opposed to the mistakes that I've made. Especially when I'm willing to try to, I mean, what can I do to make it up to you? Isn't that all a person can do? And I try. I look at Dr. Phil on a regular basis. And I've noticed how Dr. Phil deals with families who have fallen apart or families who are having a hard way to go. And he has like the Dr. Phil house. And he places these families in these houses and he works with these families. He works with these families. That's what happens when you love someone. It's commitment. You don't just turn your back the moment things get a little rough or things get a little hard. You don't do that. Now, I know that I was a part of a cult, the Jehovah's Witnesses, and that it put me through a lot. It really did. I had issues when it came to drinking because that was one way that I had to try to cope with. You have to just completely give up your life when it comes to this organization. They want you to pioneer. They want you to be missionaries. They want you to pretty much take your life to serve some 8 dudes sitting up in the tower and having to deal with a lot of things that I didn't agree with. And Jehovah's my witness. I didn't agree with a lot of things. And drinking was one of the things that helped me to cope, to help me get through. But thanks to Jehovah God, and you weren't allowed to go, like let's say if you have a problem with alcohol, in that organization, you're not allowed to go to AA. You're not allowed to go to NA if you have a drug issue. You're not allowed if the kids need someone to talk to, Al-Anon or Alateen. This was an organization that was a bit much for me. It really was. And I've spoken to some elders. I've spoken to Bethelites. I've spoken to elders' wives. And a lot of these people have drinking issues. Okay? And I'm talking about these elders and overseers and Bethelites and pioneers, and they are a part of the XJW community. And I listen to them. I get on the phone and I speak with elders. And I talk to these elders, and these were ex-elders who had people in the back room. Most of these people, we have a huge percentage, at least 60 to 70% of these people had issues with alcohol. And I do apologize. I apologize. And Jehovah knows and Jesus Christ knows that I work every day. This is like they say, a process. I hate that word process. But it is a process. It is what it is. And as long as I haven't given up, I don't think that I should be given up on. But like I said, everything that I made a commitment to do, successful children, my children don't smoke cigarettes. My children don't use drugs, at least not when they was on my watch. Okay? I worked hard as a single parent. Why? Because I made a commitment. Constantly showing your love and staying with love, that takes a commitment. When you think about after all the rosy glow and all the good times wear off, you still have to sit here and you have to make a decision when hardship hits and rough times come. Do I stay here and still love these children or love these people? These are people who I have made a commitment to. Do I stay or do I just let these people go? And do I just do like their dad, their father? Do I just let go? Forget about commitment. Forget about love. No, that's not what a person does that's not what a person do, when they love someone. You don't just throw them away. Which is what I really appreciate when it comes to my son, because my son, he left home when he was 33 years old. And we've gone through it. But we go into counseling and we fight. And he shows a commitment. And he shows me on a regular basis that he feels that I'm worth it. Because other than that, Tubies, I would feel like such a fool. You know? Because my ex-husband, my kid's father, he's the wise one. And I feel that, you know, when kids don't appreciate their family, you made a fool out of me. You made me feel like with my daughter, we have issues that I pray to Jehovah every day we can work through, but she makes me feel like such a fool. She made her father to be the wise one. I'm not staying, he said, because these kids are not going to give their life up for me. And she proves him to be correct. So I'm sitting here feeling like a fool, totally grateful that at least my son is still willing to fight for me, and he's still willing to work with me. And trust me, Tubies, I could have messed that up so many times. But like this topic, you know, love is commitment. People make mistakes. People fall short on a regular basis. And I still can't help but think about how you have so many people who are in these abusive relationships. I mean, these dudes could do anything to them. I mean, narcissists, abuse them, make babies with other women, cheat on them, lie, steal, anything. And you see so many of these women who are hanging on to these dudes who are obviously narcissists, psychopath, or sociopath. And they will fight like hell to hang on to that, but let their parent make mistakes, and they're willing to take their parent and throw them under the bus faster than you could spell throw under the bus. And that's sad. And as a parent, that makes you feel like, it made me feel like I was the fool for staying. I really felt like a fool. I really felt like a fool. But anyway, what are some of the commitments that you have made to your children, to your loved one, to your husband, or whatever? What are the commitments you have made to your parents? Children's number one commitment, God has assigned what you are supposed to commit to, which is to respect, to honor, to value your parents. Are you living up to your commitment? Because that's what love is. Anyway, this is Sheila True Love. Truly loving you. And I'm glad I got a chance to remake that video because, like I said, I really had an off day. I had received some sad news. It was really sad. It made me feel sad, you know. Yeah. But like I said, I don't beat myself up indefinitely because I know discouragement is what the devil uses to try to keep you down and out. And that's not going to happen to me. But anyway, my Tubies and my Teletubbies, I love you. I love you, and I am committed to you. You give me a reason to wake up in the morning. Anything that I can do to be a blessing to someone else, that's a reason to live. Anytime I could do anything, even the littlest thing, to try to make a difference in my community because I've made a commitment, that's what I do. And I have made a commitment to you, my Tubies, to try to give you the best advice that I can come up with and to try to help you as much as possible. Like I said, if you want a one-on-one private phone session with me, please, by all means, feel free to make an appointment. I can be reached at chatwithtruelove@gmail.com. That's chatwithtruelove@gmail.com. I had to change my other email address because it was just a bit much. But this one is good. Please send me an email so we can set up an appointment, and I will make a commitment to get back to you as soon as possible. Like I said, I love you very much. And until next time, I'll see you on the other side. Goodbye for now.